On a big one for a lot of people and a pretty fun round 1 matchup. That being said, feel free to drop a like, comment, and or a sub. We're going to be putting most of, if not all, World's Main Event up on the YouTube, including this. So anyway, that said, Cubby XX everywhere, including Twitch. We can watch these live, and let's hop on in. Yeah, that's what Zeka's trying to break too. The one insane tournament of the win. See if we can do it this Worlds. All right, folks. Top versus T1. No Ori for Faker and no Zayu Snar. I liked it a lot, especially if we're planning on picking Croc. And then no Sedge for Owner. No Yone. I like this band. You got to take this away from Cream. A lot of focus on Cream here. And then no Ziggs. That said, I think the one thing I'm surprised about looking back is how far Skarner made it into the draft. I don't love Skarner for the T1 comp, but I think looking back, Skarner might have been a good ban. Might have been a good ban. They could have realistically played Poppy support. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Skarner made a really big difference in this game because what ends up happening is that we're a little bit low damage on T1. If we don't get the pops early on, then this is a really, really big front line. So if the fights like go a little bit too long and we can't auto, which, you know, these guys specialize in, I think the front line differential this game for T1 was pretty big. I mean, they have a lot of damage, but like, how much of it's going to be effective in a team fight? I don't think their damage is real this game. I really don't. They need to really, like, I feel like there's a little bit of the synergy here too in a fast fight, like benefits in slow fight. I feel like Ashe ends up being a really good pick this game. Like if I look at this in isolation, but this, I don't know, this just doesn't fit with Ashe for me. Like, it can hold the front line, but like, do we really want to hold that with Ashe? Like, I'd rather have Ashe and then more of a carry mid. So it's like, we need damage elsewhere, and Jax, Wukong, like, for me, is just not, like, real significant damage into this kind of front line. We're really lacking on, like, any sort of percent health, which would be really valuable here for T1. So, in the end, like, it's a little bit of hindsight. I think I do favor the top draft. Also, Jhin, if you cannot reach Jhin this game, which I don't think T1's comp is super good at, Jhin ends up being a beast. Played Jax win count to use Nico Ashe zoning. I agree. Jax can't be stopped inside. I also agree with that. They do need to use Jax inside. Yeah, you go play side, though. You don't opt into the fight. That's the point, which Jax is a beast at. I'm here to concede that Syndra Prio fell off a cliff. Just put, yeah, I agree. Play for side. Like, the buffs to Jax on this patch should have made it a lot better for him in that matchup, too. They should have made this matchup way better for Jax. Good Rins. Fuck the grass shit. Yeah, I hate grass jungle. It's just so useless. I will say, this is fine. I really like Green Tree, though, on Wukong. Conditioning Overgrowth is really OP on this champ. Just given Wukong's passive. And especially if you guys are playing solo queue, where like there's a lot more fights, just take Conditioning Overgrowth and abuse it on the Kong. Alright. I love how they're doing this. Like, this is a hell of a sponsor read, by the way. I wonder what kind of sponsorship Riot got for that. Alright, so we have a swap coming in. T1 did play this swap really well. Alright, so first blood for Jax. That's, like, dream scenario. And Owner gets to start on a good side of the map. Wukong's pretty happy right now. We group push top with top AD. Carry a leech to level 2, and then he's going to go find Skarner. So, again, like, as these lane swaps evolve, I find this interesting. I'm just surprised the carry is down here, and there's no TP yet. I feel like Jax TP's here, no? Like, for me, Jax could legitimately TP here, and it's really good. I think Jax TPs and lives. Like, if he has E and Q, I do not think he's diveable. So I would have really liked if it was Jax TP instead of waiting for this. Carrier does play this well. This dive should not have been attempted. Good flash by Carrier. He gets to the Q. And gets a flash from Tien. That's pretty baller. I really think that if Zeus, like, he already had 2. I don't think he needs to split this next wave. Get 2 off this creep and TP. I really think that could be playable. Whether or not something's overrated in a meta, like, I would agree that there have been previous worlds and patches where side pressure matters more, but that is still T1's best path to victory. I agree with Kelsey. Like, the Jax, especially with the start you have, it should be up. You should be able to pressure. Also, this setup right now for top ends up being really bad. Renekton isn't really a champion until he hit level 3, and Ashe is so strong in the early game. Goomba's just zoning 369 off. Really, really good for T1. Guma's playing this very well. Yes. I mean, the playing of sides is what just won BOG that last game. Because they fucked Syndra. Ooh. I think this is actually kind of bad from T1. I mean, I don't think Guma gets this wave in, but the fact that 369 was allowed to freeze this the way it did is pretty bad. Yeah, I don't love this. I think by this point of the game, like, you kind of want to... I'd want to land into the Jhin Rel if I'm Ashe Rakan. I really would. I noticed they're freezing this on 369, but... Okay, so they use it to get grubs, and he can't TP back. I mean, that's chill. So T1 kind of trades up. And they're going to force Renekton off the wave, and Zeus moves. And again, like, do we have... I guess we do kind of have to sack bot in this scenario. If we're T1. I mean, I will say that, like, this swap from T1, because they have the first 3 grubs, they just win the push war. So, it does give Jhin a lot of gold, but of course T1's going to get first brick. I'm just curious what the XP looks like after all this. Like, where's the XP right now? My owner being up a full level is actually pretty big. He's got jungle to clear too. That wave will bounce back into T1, which is good. Cubby, did not expect to see you on Summoning Insight. Very nice cameo. Yeah, that was cool. I, like, back when it was Coach Monty with COG, I did watch Summoning Insight. It was really nice they invited me. And it was fun to be able to talk about League for a new platform. And I was really happy I ended up going on just because of the tier 2 conversation. Like, obviously it's a new audience. I don't think that I think I was able to actually give some good insights, like, into, like, universities and stuff like that. Like how tier 2 changes for next year. So I was really glad we talked about this. T1 plays this very well. Only bummer is that Tien's here. And this is very well played by Guma. Really nice charm from Carrier too. Guma did not sidestep that. If he does, they live a lot longer. And maybe the Kong gets there. But because that's not the case, it's just a trade. I will say the flashes are in favor of top esports. I think this is well played from T1. but they don't have vision. They're just kind of guessing where Skarner is. Oh, I guess they do. They saw Skarner here. That's the last time they saw Skarner. Yeah, I guess I don't love this play from T1. I do think that's like this is the only play that Skarner has. I think they played it well, but like I think they need owner here to go for this. That's the only play that Skarner has after that. All like the rest Cans are dead, and they should know that. Yeah, like that. Like they took blue buff. This is all. And they have this spotted. Like they should know the only camps that Skarner has are on his bot side. Okay, I think this is for sure an overpush from T1. They lose flashes off this, and they only trade out ADs. That's not great. I don't like this take. I do not like that take, actually. I think T1 should know better. They were just in the top side of this Skarner. They saw the camps around. There's no other play. This is a great play. I know that it's just a all-for-all trade, but they, again, forcing him off the wave like this. Like, they're winning out on grubs. The fact they got first grubs, they turn it into more. Really good from T1. Now, is this worth it? I don't think that's super worth it. I think you only need the Faker TP, by the way. I mean, Zeus has no other play to make. I don't think you need both. I only think you need one. I think it's better if Faker goes mid and deters the push. Yeah, Jindig does get some more money. I mean, if I'm going to be a realist, guys, I think that Zeus can't move with where he's at right now. So I'm somewhat okay with him TPing. Faker's the one that could walk mid. I think Faker is more important if you're going to pull off this play than Zeus. But Zeus has nothing else to do. And I still think you get this play without Faker. Like, Guma did not use his ultimate. If Faker isn't there, you just chain with Guma ult, and it's fine. So I think this is an overinvestment from T1. Like, they don't need to lose 2 waves mid, and they don't need to lose waves top for this. And if Faker doesn't TP, then they're at least able to catch mid. I'm okay with the Zeus TP, just given that his lane was jailed. Chemtech's okay for top this game. I think that a lot of people are actually sleeping on the value of Chemtech. This has been a little bit of a pet peeve of mine, too. There are some games where Chemtech's really valuable. Like, think about a game as Renekton. You get more shields and more healing as someone that's going to go Sterax and is Renekton. And then you have more tenacity. Going up against a Nico, Jax, Rakan. That's really nice, especially when you want to go steel caps against the Jax. Like, the Chemtech's actually a big pickup, in my opinion, in this game. Okay. So this was the fight where things get a little bit iffy. It's a big counter engage from Mako. And also a great buffer from Tian. Because Tian fires off his ult here. So he gets knocked up in the Pop Blossom as everyone's suppressed. And then Jackie Love just gets the wettest bouncing bond I've seen in comp in a long time. No Zeus to help. He's fixing bot. I mean, I don't... This is like T1 just didn't have the gas to do this. I don't know. I mean, I will say, I think that Keria ends up being a little bit behind on the play. If they chain Tien up better and he isn't able to ult, then maybe you don't walk into this giant combo from Mako. So that's like the one maybe. Like maybe Faker's able to flash out and it's a little bit better. But yeah, I mean, well played Tien. Honestly, that ult coming in when it did, and then setting up Mako like that, like it was the freest fight on the planet for Jackie Love. How strong Jin on static shit because how well Kareem and Tien put the fights, and I can't agree more. Yeah, I mean, Tien put this fight great. I mean, again, I think for me, the one champ like really rose in prio for me today was Skarner. I think Skarner really rose in prio today, based on what I saw. By the way, high key, Chemtech Drake. Not bad there for Skarner. Skarner ended up living. If you don't have the Chemtech, probably doesn't happen. You get, like, that buffs all the shields you get. The rest of the game. Skarner has a shield in his kit. My pet peeve has been, like, people are just really sleeping on this Drake individually. I actually think it has some impact. It's just game pending. There are a lot of champs, like, being played right now where I think it does have impact. Really nice here by Zeus to keep 369 out. Faker's a blue buff, because fuck it, why not? And there's no fight. I mean, if T1 wants to fight, it's here, by the way. If T1 fought here, like, they at least get TPs out. But everything's up, and I just don't think they just like don't want it. I just think they're like the only target that's actually like killable is Mako. Just because no flash. It's like, alright, we'll just poke with Ash, see what happens, and nothing happens. I mean, the power of Jhin is the range that and the control that he brings. And it opens up your team to like go carries elsewhere. I mean, yeah, Jhin ends up getting so big they have to get him. I think the steel caps on Jhin, by the way, was really smart this game. Like, on that, like, yeah, if you get comboed by Nico, it's tough. But all the damage you're going to eat is going to come from autos outside of the Nico. And as Jhin, you really shouldn't be positioning to get caught by Nico. Like, the one fight they lose from here on out is the one where he does get caught by Nico. So I think the steel caps are actually really smart from him. All right. So Zeus has push bot. That's good. Tunneler for Croc. I'm going to sack for Tunneler a little bit. Oh, he's spotted. This is fine. They can keep this formation. Yeah. All right, I think the big difference this time, and this engagement Faker is really good, right? Tien has a nice ult again, I will say. Really good reaction from Tien. He gets 3. But then Mako, his crash down gets canceled by owner. And they do find, and they find everyone here. And Jacko's positioning is not good this time around. He does get pinched. So yeah, him being stuck on that wall was really nice and really well played from Faker. Really, really good from T1. Faker put that fight brilliantly. All right, nice. I mean, they find Jackal in that fight, and the fights they don't, they just die. And Cream does a lot of damage here. Yeah, big fight from owner. By the way, I wonder if this is the first time T1 lost their first game at Worlds. Because like T1 like has been the best team in groups like ever in Worlds. Like these guys fuck on groups whenever they get in. I actually wonder if this is the first time they've lost their first game. Ah, see, I don't like this. This is like what Kelsey was talking about, like using Jax inside. They use Jax to collapse, and they're only playing out 2 lanes. Lost to EDG 2021 at Worlds. Was that first game? Okay. I mean, that's probably like a 5-1 though for them. No, like they only 5-1 6-0 pretty much. That was one of the years where T1 wasn't. Yeah, this is probably the first time they lost first game in groups. All right. I mean, again, like, I don't think we need Zeus here. Like, Zeus should be stretching the map. The fact that Zeus is behind an XP to Croc is not good either. And I think how top recover the map here is actually quite good. Like, they deter bot play, there's nothing there, and then they just beat him mid. So well done. And it starts by catching Owner. So, like, Owner can't fight now. And I love this from 369. This was so good from 369, actually. Just gets a huge Q off. 733. It really keeps T1 interested. I know he goes down instantly, but the space he bought was so big. It was so big. Really good Croc play from 369. To no surprise, this guy is just an unreal Croc player. Really, really good space bought there for him and Cream. Because Cream, like, after that, Cream gets so big in the fight. I really like the idea, though, just to engage. Carrier fucks up here, too. Because he goes straight to Owner. I think he needs to go... He just go get Jackula Flash. Like, I don't know if he had W or not. Hold on. Because that seems weird to me. Do we have W here as Carrier? Yeah, we have W. Yeah, I mean, if Carrier W's here... I don't think it's like the fight, but it is something. He was trying to peel, but like he gets sucked in by TN. So I don't know if he saw that or not. And then... Oh, wait, what's... Oh, then Cream stops him with the Between Worlds. So Jackula standing right at the edge. Yeah, he can't be touched. I think it's really, really big there that Carrier didn't start the fight by going on both carries. I think that's definitely an oops from Carrier. And yeah, I mean, it's so good. So good from 369. Really nice from Cream, too. Really well played. That was huge. Yeah, he eat in to get Skarner ulted, though. Like, if he W's, he could have gotten the carries and not gotten Skarner ulted. It would have been good. My reputation has never been worse. This is the first time T1 lost their first Swiss group game. Thanks, Enigma. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I will say, like, the old format, realistically, you only have one good team in your group if you're, like, a T1, right? And you're only, like, you're gonna get one or two competitive teams at most. Like, you always have the shitter team in your group. So the fact, like, I mean, this is a part of the format change. I think it definitely has an impact. Nice to die in the red buff. Taking buffs later on, really big. That said, T1 gets kind of stuck. This is good, though. Like, at least Zeus is able to get some pressure down. Good. Oh, God, the T1's playing kind of messy, though. I mean, it's like in this formation, they were able to play out 3 lanes, get a little bit of prio. Faker gets a base. Was it Crypt Bloom for Faker? Yeah, it's big. I don't know. This is a good question. It's like, well, I mean, whenever we see Jax on our screen, he always has pressure. All right, nice. Yeah, I mean, like this formation, like, we've seen multiple times where top just deters bot push, then gets fast-tracked to mid, and T1 has no way to play for the next wave, right? Like, what does T1 do on this wave? They base Zeus. That's all they can do, and then they lose Baron pressure. I mean, it's not terrible. Like, Dragon, I think, is really good. Faker has an oops. Yeah, it just misses. Like, they have to take Drake off this. I mean, it does get him Drake, right? So that's not terrible. I think Mountain Dragon is really important to deny top. And like, I mean, why do we 5v5 after this? I mean, like, the solution after this, like, keep in mind, Faker just burned ult, right? Reset the waves. Go send Jack spot, defend mid with 4, Make sure they cannot do Baron, and then if they pull Jack CP, they pull Jack CP. It is what it is, right? You got Dragon. That's probably the right play for top afterwards. But, like, the bringing Zeus up doesn't make any sense to me. Whenever we... Like, he has red buff. Whenever we see Zeus grouped up, T1's losing. Whenever we see Zeus in the side lane, he has shove. Surely they can just stuff the Baron with their engage tools plus TP with much stronger jacks. That's my thought. I will say, like, I mean, Baron does bait him in. And you run the risk of top being able to engage on their terms, which is not what Nico wants, right? But you can also create angles if you have pressure. I do think that taking mid-outer is kind of important for T1 here to actually set up that play pattern. So I will give them that for the group mid. I think that there is value to taking the tier 1, but when you fail the bot push and then top gets a free reign over that mid wave, you're never going to be able to like actually take mid-outer, right? And you have to take mid-outer by drawing someone else to the jacks. I hate lane swaps. Spoken like a true T1 fan. The lane swap is good here. The 369 flash is crazy, yeah. Especially because, like, he's next to the wall. And in... Actually, could he see the arrow at any point? Yeah, no. Yeah, like, you don't see that until it's, like, in the wall, pretty much. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. That's actually just built different. I don't know, man. 369 is good gamer. Things I hope I get to see this tournament. 369 Gragas. I really want to see 369 Gragas. I hate the 3s or 9s of like the meme about 369. I don't know why I have a pet peeve against that meme. Oh, Jack space for nothing here. Wow. Why did Jack... Oh, he base for mana. Okay. And this is fine for T1. For me, this is a play pattern that they should have. Aurora, like, force Aurora to catch. Force Renekton to catch. Drop mid. Execute an expectation. Alright, somewhat true. Like, you're looking for animations, right? Like, if you're a player. But that one is, like, actually just reaction time. Because you don't see it until it hits you, pretty much. Because you're next to the wall. So that's crazy. I will give top props on this setup, by the way. He's not wrong, though. Like, especially for laning. Like, if you play in the range or not, then you play on the expectations. Are they going to throw or not? Like, whether you dodge. I think top does a really nice job of carving out their pocket here. Like, their pocket's like, what, this? Like, they have vision. It's really good. For top's comp, this is a really good pocket for them. And T1 is yet to break in. No, Jacob's fine. He's got vision there. Yeah. He's fine. Nice from Cream. Really, really good turns here from top. I mean, for me, like, Zeus should just go bot. They should not take this fight. Zeus should go bot. They should take the bot inner. That should be the response. Go bot, catch mid. If they do Baron, then you TP and you still find a win. Because, like, Renekton's caught off at this point. Really good ult from Cream. Locks down everyone. Guma autos the ward twice. It's a bummer. Yeah, Guma just can't move. And again, Jackie Love untouched. And if Jackie Love's untouched, like, look at how tanky the rest of top is, and look at the lack of percent health damage or, like, tank busting tools we have on T1. But I haven't checked the Wukong build, by the way. Fuck. Okay, I have a pet peeve. If Chad Jungle's in the chat, he knows this. Fuck this item on Wukong, by the way. Wukong, you have built-in armor pen on your Q. I really think that the build should be Triforce, and then Sundered Sky or like Shojin. I do not think you ever go Black Cleaver in this champion. Yes, it makes sense with the R, but your Q is already Armor Shred. So if you get other like tools, it's much better for Wukong. I really hate seeing the Sundered Sky into Black Cleaver Wukongs. Anyway, good fight from top. No one touched Jackie Love. And that's just game. Yeah, good game from Top Esports. Triforce wouldn't help, but the Black Cleaver is like not doing me a ton either. You know, I think that Triforce is like the item to go. UQ1 target can arm any. Yeah, that is true. I don't know, regardless. I think T1 overgroup. That's what the top comp wanted. They didn't have the percent health tools to deal with it, and that's the first time T1's ever lost their first game of Worlds. Anyway, thanks so much for tuning in to this VoD review, guys. That was Top Esports versus T1. We'll be live for more on Twitch, but if you guys are on YouTube, feel free to drop a sub if you want to see more. Likes or comments help me out a lot, and we'll see you guys for the next one. Follow me everywhere, Cubby active.